Got this dude here, young guy, 21-year-old, and you won't believe how far he got by being in the trades. Now, not all trades pay well, but HVAC is one of the ones that pay well, and certain career trajectories in HVAC. Like commercial work, guys, when we say trades, like you got to go into the commercial work. Residential, I've heard from most guys that it's pretty much hell. Residential work's pretty slow. People are struggling, but commercial work is absolutely exploding.
Blake Bloom. So I work for Tabarco Mechanical, and my name is Blake Bloom. So I work for Tabarco Mechanical, and we're actually at their headquarters right now.
And what is this industry?
It's HVAC. So we do plumbing, heating, air. We have a new construction side. I'm on the service side, so bunch of different departments.
We got the sun shining now. A lot of people starting to think about air conditioning.
Absolutely. You know, people tend to think that the work picks up in the summertime, but we have been busy all winter long, so no slowdown here.
Slowdown here. Yeah. There's more work than people to do it.
So I think stats show that in 10 years they're going to need like almost 4 million workers. I think it's 3.9. That there's 5 people retiring to 1 to replace them. So
5 to 1. Mm-hmm. Well, thank goodness you're one of the 1.
Yeah, yeah. I try to pick up 2 or 3 people's worth of work.
Yeah, you're always busy. Mm-hmm. Blake, your story actually started in high school, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am, it did. So I went to Mountain View High School, and I started hearing about this program at Maxwell High School where I could go half the day for a trade. They have automotive, healthcare, welding, technology, HVAC, carpentry. So my junior year, I chose automotive, and it was okay. And then my senior year, I did HVAC just to explore my options and fell in love with it. So
it's kind of like dual enrollment. So you're in school part of the day, and then the other part of your day, you're doing like trade school.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'd leave my regular school at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then go for the rest of the day to 2 o'clock for HVAC class.
So you graduate, and then you're ready to go right out of graduation.
Yep. So I started a week after I graduated.
Wow.
And went right into work.
Listen.
Yep.
This career has really changed your life in a short amount of time.
Yeah. So.
Listen.
I started, like I said, a week after high school, and then, just started growing my path. I took an apprenticeship program at Tabarco. It's a 4-year program, but I finished it in 9 months. So with that apprenticeship program, I flew out to Cleveland, Ohio for competitions. I've done training on all these equipments, and it's helped me out a lot to grow. Tabarco has really helped because it's hard for a big company to, I guess, let a young guy set their wings and do what they can because they have a good reputation. They don't want to ruin it, but they've definitely let me do that, and that's how I got to where I am now.
Well, you doing this training and having this career has set you up already for a lot of success at a really young age.
Yeah, so I bought my first house at 20 years old.
First house at 20 years old.
20 years old, homeowner.
Yep. And
wow.
Then I got married in April. So
congratulations.
About a month in. Thank you.
Wow. And how old are you now?
I'm 21. Yep.
21, homeowner, big time career, and the sky's the limit because, like you said, there is so much work out there.
Absolutely, and we actually just got bought out by a bigger company. We're still Tabarco, we're just under a corporation. And that, some people might look at it as a bad thing, but there's so much more opportunity that I can do now, not just within Tabarco, but Motogen's the company that bought us out. So in 5 years, I could be running the Southeast companies, all the Southeast companies. So that's definitely a goal of mine. I live by.
You hear this?
Why put effort into something if your goal isn't to be at the top? So
that's amazing. What would you say to?
Bought his first house, not one house. Not my only house. A house, first. So he's got 2 already or more. Married, young kid, life ahead of him. He's about to run that fucking whole division. This is what happens when you have a bit of competitive spirit in you. Take your craft seriously, go to school, get educated, don't drag your fucking feet, don't try to be average.
Someone who's maybe wondering if there's a good opportunity out there for them. I might let this wind pass just for a second if it's loud. I'm not sure if it's loud, but what would you say to somebody who's looking for a good opportunity for a in-demand job that pays well, that has good future prospects?
I would say if you're in high school, look for those programs that offer those type of work. Like, you might not be into the trade or like field kind of work. That's not all there is in trades. We have sales guys, we have engineers, we have estimators, we have all those kind of people that, have offices in this building. So you could not want to be hands-on, but there's still other, office jobs within the trades work that do really well.
What's the hardest thing about HVAC?
I would say there's a lot of lifting. I mean, sometimes there'll be big compressors that you're having to maneuver in systems and stuff when you're installing a new one. It can be tricky when you're on a system, it's 3:00 in the evening and you can't figure out what's wrong with it, and it's a church or a school or something, they need it working, so that can get a little stressful.
And it's a combination of sort of, pipes and fitting and all of those kind of components, but then technology is such a big part of it too, right?
Yeah, so nowadays technology is everything. They have systems now that you can connect your phone to and see, run it from your phone. But there's welding, there's electrical, there's a pipe fitting, of course refrigeration work and all this. So
you get to be an expert of a lot of different things.
Jack of all trades, yep.
What would you say to someone in terms
G.
of how big the potential is for opportunity, growth, and earning?
Well, the growth part is, there's no limit to it because everything's changing. So you're always going to have something new to learn. And like I said, if you work in the field for 5 years and you want to go try something new, you can still stay in the same trade and go somewhere else with it. So.
You were telling me earlier that this has really allowed you to reach some dreams that you didn't know that you'd maybe reach ever, let alone it.
It's still possible. If you go to college, you're just going to go 4 years wasting your time, racking up debt, not learning a damn thing on a campus that hates you and says you're toxic because you're a man, to get a degree for a job that no longer exists by the time you graduate. 4 years from now is a long time. You're most likely going to graduate and AI took your job, or it already got sent overseas for somebody to do it for like a third of the price. So unless you're going for something professional like doctor, engineer, lawyer, some shit like that, dentist, medical, there's no reason. Honestly, there isn't, right? Just think about it. You cannot get by anymore with the dream you got sold that I'm going to put in my 4 years, come out with my bachelor's that gets me an entry-level position at some firm somewhere, and I have my nice, quiet, white-collar job where I work under air conditioning, don't have to break my back, and I bring home a steady paycheck, and I'll work for this company for a couple of decades, and then I get to retire, and I got my pension or my 401k matched, and life's great, and my kids are in school. That shit's gone, bro. All of that shit disappeared. That's no longer the case anymore. You really do have to find your own path. Trades are one of the last places that men can go where they're given a skill. They're taught a skill that has a lot of value in the market currently. Now, you're going to need to move around. That's what you're going to have to do. You can't, like, some guys are just really lazy about it. They just want to go into like the easiest trade and then sit in their local area. They don't want to move around for XYZ excuses. They don't want to put in work and take their craft seriously. They don't want to, ascend to that next level. You got to become a maestro in your craft, guys. You can't just be an average fucking electrician, an average fucking plumber, an average fucking HVAC dude. Put in work, bro. Be better than everybody else. The competition is so trash. Literally, you could separate yourself out from the pack easily today. And once you do that, this guy is 20 fucking years old because he had a head on his shoulders with a bit of a competitive chip, and he's ready to rock, dude. And he's doing good, and he's entering in competitions and seeing, how well he's placing. He took his job seriously, and he's getting rewarded for it. He already has multiple houses. He's only 1 years old. And then can you imagine where he'll be 5-10 years from now? It's absolutely insane. This guy's running laps over every single classmate. The only classmates that aren't beating this guy are the dudes that went into like computer science, specifically like engineering, architecture, building chips, making the next AI advancements in the world. Like, those guys are getting paid. Those guys are getting paid like insanity right now. They're getting paid better than the best ball players ever. They're getting billion-dollar offers to come work at like Zuckerberg's super intelligence lab. It's crazy. Yeah. So good for
your
him.
age.
Yeah, so I dreamed of having a house young. Didn't know it would be this young. but
Killing it.
it's definitely changed my life. So for sure.
That's awesome. What's the most satisfying part?
The average age of a homeowner or home buyer today is 56 years old in America. This kid did it at 20. You are going to live a life of abject poverty if you go to school for a standard bachelor's 4-year degree in horseshit. That's what's happening. You're going to graduate in absolute debt with a mortgage on your head that you cannot discharge. That's that. So where do you think it's better for a man to start? And someone said, elevator construction union pays $40 an hour on check with a total package of $75 an hour. There you go. Look at that. There's so many men that I've talked to that are in the trades making stupid money and would gladly lend a hand to guys that are willing to go into the trades. A bunch of dudes are like, bro, my company is like starving for people. We just have nobody. Everybody talks a big game. We can't find anybody. We're losing. We're bleeding people. Guys are retiring left and right. Nothing. Dudes want to fucking do TikTok dances and shit. Okay.
Part of the job.
The most satisfying, I'd say, getting emails from customers about how they're very happy with your work. The other day, or a couple weeks ago, I got 2 emails. It was actually sent to our dispatch about how they're very appreciative of the work I did for them, staying late, making sure their system runs and stuff. So that's probably the most satisfying.
At the end of the day, you walk away knowing you helped somebody.
Yeah, for sure. A bunch of people at that. So if you got a church and their sanctuary's 85 degrees, you're helping all those people that are, sitting in that sanctuary.
Actually, HVAC electricians, mechanics, plumbers are the most sought after professions right now. Yeah. Dope video. I thought you guys should see it. It's definitely possible. Thank you, Prescott, for sending that in. Dude emails a bunch of stuff if you watch this later. But it's a doable career path more than ever. And I think if you hit the ground running right now, if you really don't have any skills, you're making no money and you have no direction in life, what other way apart from literally teaching yourself some information from like YouTube University and the internet and like creating your own like digital business, internet-based like remote business somehow, right? What are you going to do, bro? You're going to drop ship on Amazon. 1 million people are drop shipping on Amazon. You're going to day trade. Like, you got any cash? You need some capital to make that work. And you need, good emotional management when it comes to money. What else is there that people do online? I don't know, whatever they're recommending and shit, like automation, right? AI, automation systems to sell to companies. Like, that's all going to disappear with AI soon. So if you're a young dude and you got no direction and you're just thinking like, what the fuck should I do? And you got no skills, I don't see any other way out for the average guy. They have to go to a trade school and at least put in some work, move around, find in-demand markets, and you'll do well like this young guy. It just takes effort. Like, you're not going to coast your way through. It's not like some shit like, bro, we're all dying for HVAC guys. Like, you're going to have to compete. There's nothing you can do in this world where you're not going to have to compete. But if you take what you do seriously, you'll succeed. Now, for the dudes that are still going to college, God bless your soul, bro. Good luck with that. 60% of those jobs will disappear in like probably 5 years, all your entry level jobs. And yeah, I hope you're one of the few that make it out. So it's not looking good. It really isn't. So so somebody say, Yang said here, I'm second year IBEW electrical apprentice and I make $24.95 an hour. Total package $36.95 an hour. I live in the South. His local chapter in St. Louis pays $47 an hour. Total package $78.50 an hour. There you go. So, and that's a skill you could take with you wherever you go and go off on your own too. You won't need to work for somebody. When you've worked long enough and you've built up enough clientele and stuff like that, you can become your own business. And that pays tremendous amounts of money.